Greetings and welcome to Illinois State University. My name is Terry Knoll. I'm a professor here. And no, I'm not a socialist. In fact, only 95% of professors are socialists. I teach in the business school and that figure actually drops to 90. Before we go to the program tonight, let me cover a few administrative items. First, this program was brought about by the extraordinary efforts of Campaign for Liberty and Young Americans for Liberty. Both groups train, educate, and mobilize activists in the name of free markets and individual liberty. Both groups have also pulled out all the stops to raise funds to support tonight's events. Unfortunately, they're still a bit short. We've placed 3 contributions jars, one in each lounge at the back of the auditorium. All contributions are welcome, but $50 plus gets you into the VIP reception later tonight. Federal Reserve notes may be placed in the jars. Gold Eagles should be given directly to me. Young Americans for Liberty will also be selling t-shirts to support itself. All proceeds go to club activities. And let me tell you folks, if you don't have a Mises is my homeboy t-shirt, you're not a complete person. Last, thanks to our gold sponsor at the $500 level, the Libertarian Party of Illinois, and also our 3 silver sponsors at the $150 level, Heather Danielowski, John Hathaway, and Aaron Skinner. Let's give these folks a hand.
Campaign for Liberty is a nonprofit, nonpartisan national organization. Our Illinois State chapter has a huge mission ahead of us to spread the message of liberty in a dark state. Illinois government regularly spends huge percentages more than it brings in. This is a real problem for Illinois. For unlike the federal government, we do not have access to the power of money creation. The Illinois state government must tax its citizens if it overspends. It cannot print money. The Campaign for Liberty in Illinois has become a growing voice against this overspending, as well as other constitutional overreaching and violations of our personal liberties.
So if you're tired of the politicians that say one thing and then do something completely different, if you're tired of the corruption, if you're tired of the lack of transparency in government, if you're tired of the two-party system, if you're tired of the endless wars, out-of-control debt, out-of-control spending, or how about what if you're starting to question the need for a central bank, our Federal Reserve that prints money out of thin air, devalues your dollar, that distorts your economy? Well, if you're wondering about any of these things, you might want to look into the Campaign for Liberty or the Young Americans for Liberty if you're a college student here at Illinois State University. As Hannah said, we're a non-for-profit organization. We're also a nonpartisan organization. That means we don't actually endorse any kind of particular candidates or any political parties. However, we do try to get out and go out throughout the community and spread the word. In general, we believe in freedom. We believe in peace. We believe in individual liberty and personal accountability. We try to get out into the community as much as possible, try to hold events like this to spread the message that we believe is so valuable and so crucial at a time like this. We also try to influence that really, really ugly game called politics. I think I know why there's a ticks in there. And we do that by trying to offer up reasonable and sound policy.
We did not receive any university or government funding for this event. So if you agree and support this message, please consider making a donation in the black boxes around the lobby, as Dr. Noble said. It'll help ensure that we can move forward and hold more educational events like this in the future.
So thank you once again for coming. Thomas Woods is going to be up here in not too long. Please keep an open mind. We hope your mind will be challenged tonight. We hope you'll have a good time. And thanks again for coming.
The legendary economist Ludwig von Mises once said, "Government is the negation of liberty." I think that this quote is profound in an era where so many Americans look to government to cure not only this economic crisis, but every perceived ill that plagues society. I'm Kyle Kidwell, the president of Young Americans for Liberty, and I'm going to tell you what our chapter is all about. Today you're going to hear about the Federal Reserve System. Our chapter works tirelessly to educate the public about the Federal Reserve System. It is not federal, nor does it have any reserves. It is a privately owned banking cartel that does not work in the public's interest. Now, as confusing and obscure as the Federal Reserve may seem, I assure you that it is worth your attention. Another issue that we strongly advocate, natural rights. Rights are not given to you by governments. You should not have to ask permission to exercise your basic inalienable rights. Every mentally competent adult in this room is a sovereign individual. At Young Americans for Liberty, we suggest question authority. Stop demanding to be led. Stop asking for strong leaders. Let's empower individuals. As Jason said, we are nonpartisan. In fact, at Young Americans for Liberty, we like to think that we transcend the left-right paradigm, the left-right illusion that is dividing much of our country today. The left constantly complains about big corporations. The right constantly complains about big government. But the truth is, in America today, we have a corporatist system. The merger between big corporations and government is well advanced and well established. This is evident if you merely glance at the military-industrial complex, the medical-industrial complex, the prison-industrial complex, the media oligopoly, and the banking monopoly. The truth is that not everyone on the left is Joseph Stalin, and not everyone on the right is Dick Cheney. Opposition to centralized power exists across the political spectrum. And that's what we've done here at Young Americans for Liberty. We've bridged the gap. The left and right have united to support individual liberty.
My name is Roy Burnett. I'm with Young Americans for Liberty as well. It's wonderful to see this auditorium filled with people who have come to see this event we've spent so much time and effort putting together. Since its creation in October of 2009, this organization has thrived on the interest of people like you. Students, members of the community wishing to be politically active and have great experiences in general have come together to accomplish some amazing things in our 3 semesters of existence. For instance, we gathered together musicians and free thinkers in a killer rock concert we dubbed Lollapalooza. It's a blast. Also, we protested American occupation overseas in Springfield and Capitol Hill, and we frequently protest in downtown Bloomington as well. Also recently, we marched in a homecoming parade dressed in presidential masks and passing out pocket constitutions. You can frequently find us on the quad with megaphones and banners in an effort to get our voices heard. It's these and other actions that have led to our receiving the RSO of the Month award early last spring. It's been said that organizing libertarians is a lot like herding stray cats, but with the help of a lot of thoughtful, passionate people, we've accomplished some pretty amazing things. It's for that reason that I urge you to get up, get out, and get involved. If the opportunity to have your voice heard and participate in the world around you is at all interesting to you, I implore you to come to a meeting. Young Americans for Liberty meets every Thursday at 7 p.m. in Schrader Room 114.